I'm not walking too great still. I'm kind of like hobbling around a little bit.
What happened?
Well, do you know what? Cut a long story short, I was doing a musical called Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. I was dressed up as an Australian drag queen. I had like heels on. And it was fabulous. I had a bit of a bad back anyway, but doing 8 shows a week, I think, in heels and everything, started to make...
Wow.
Yeah. Doing 8 shows a week, I think it just put a little bit of a toll on my back. And instead of me trying to correct it, I was doing pain management. So I was getting injections in to try and numb it, basically.
Oh, right.
As you do, because you want to just continue, don't you? So, and then one day I woke up and my whole left leg was numb, and I was like, something's really bad here. And I was in so much pain, I thought, I've slipped my disc.
Yeah.
So went in, had an MRI, and the guy said it's prolapsed, it's fallen onto your S1 nerve, and it's compressed it, and if we don't take it off, you're going to be paralysed. We've got like 24 hours to get it off.
Oh, my word.
So I was a bit at that point, you know, like panic. My poor mum, hi mum.
Oh, my God, I can imagine,
She was beside herself. Of course she would be. And my little girl and everybody who's watching, hi Tierney, she, you know, everyone was just like really worried because all of a sudden you go from being a fit, healthy guy, who goes to the gym all the time. I basically started getting these really bad headaches. I think anyone who's ever had a back operation or a slipped disc, you know that all that spinal column, all of that stuff is all linked to your brain and everything. So basically, I was leaking, I didn't realise, spinal fluid into my body.
Oh, my word.
So these were causing these headaches, and I was thinking, this isn't right.
So was it like poisoning yourself almost?
No, it was just low-pressure headaches, so no painkillers or anything, where you just have to lie down. So I was literally just lying down all the time. And I felt great when I was lying down. I stood up and I was like, oh, I need to lie down again. I thought, well, I can't live a life like that, can I? I've got to get on with it. I've got Hollyoaks to start, and, you know, the pressure of that, the TX date, critical, you know, you think, oh, my gosh, what's going to go on? So I was at home with my mum watching TV, and I felt all this, like, wet stuff on my back, and my wound had reopened and was pouring out.
Oh, no.
I know, it just gets worse, doesn't it?
It gets worse.
So I was rushed in an ambulance, face down, put in, had a second operation, and I was told if that spinal fluid gets infected, if you get any bacteria in it, you get meningitis, which
Oh, my word.
really bad. So I was just like, my poor mum even then, you know, went through it. But I'm fine. The NHS staff and everybody at the Charing Cross Hospital were amazing. And they got me in. They did such a great job looking after me. The nurses, you know, they work so hard. And it's at times like that you really appreciate how grateful and lucky we are.
With the hospital?
Well, again, I'm going to get the check-ups, and basically what's happened is it's left my whole left leg completely numb. The nerve is damaged, so it's got to come back in. It was something called cauda equina syndrome, so it's completely numb. So literally, if you stuck a pin in my arse, I wouldn't feel it.
Well, I did pinch it earlier,
And in my arse.
No, pinching. You can't feel that?
I can't feel it.
Sound a bit odd, but can we see your scar? You've got quite an impressive scar.
Do you really? It's horrible.
No, we don't.
No, it's just to show how... Oh, look at that.
Goes down on my crack.
You mentioned, obviously, the stress of Hollyoaks and this sort of stuff. Obviously, you've managed to get well enough so that you could...
Well, yeah, I mean, I was hobbling around on set with the walking stick, and instead of kind of like walking in my scripts, it was like, you know, my character Ryan walks on into
And he's a policeman,
he's a policeman,
so he's quite strong.
So my first few scenes, I've kind of like one step in or propping up against something, you know, and it's like, it's been one of them.
And did you love it when you went in, or I suppose this hasn't made you love it?
It's been hard for me, because what's happened with the CSF leak is the fact it leaves you with a lot of headaches, a lot of pains in your head, which is quite hard. So when you've got your scripts and you're in the makeup chair and you think, oh my God, I've got like all these to learn, and you've got pains in your head and everything, you're fighting it all.
So tell us a little bit about your storyline. What happens? What's your character?
So I am a DS Knight. He's a policeman. I'm coming back into the soap with a favourite of Hollyoaks, Amy Barnes, and her children, her 2 kids. So I'm a daddy to them.
So you're stepdad?
Stepdad, which is really annoyed.
Well, she doesn't look very happy about that.
She doesn't want you around.
There's a lot of controversy around this storyline because her biological father, Steve, played by the gorgeous Kieran Richardson, me and him, Ryan and Steve, have a lot of head-to-head feuds coming up. So I actually end up tonight I start off being punched by Kieran.
And this is your first episode.
Yeah, and I had to use a stunt double because of my back.
Yeah.
So
You've just been, with all this, you've been thrown in at the deep end.
I've been thrown at the deep end.
I mean, that's a big storyline. But doesn't it make you appreciate the actors that work on soaps?
do you know what? It makes me appreciate it so much.
They are
because
brilliant, aren't they?
You get your script.
They really are brilliant.
Absolutely brilliant. I've got to say. You get the script in for the day, and you've learnt the script from the night before. You get in, and it's all been amended, and it's everything you've learnt. And you're like, oh, this is a whole brand new. And you literally have 20 minutes to look at your lines, and then off you go.
Is it weird watching yourself being someone else? Because, you know, you're used to seeing yourself, I suppose, in pop videos and presenting.
I'm used to, like, looking down the camera, like, looking in it. Like,
Yeah, but you've done lots of musicals anyway, so you've acted a lot, haven't you?
yeah, but that's theatre. So it's all quite big, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose,
So you just got to bring it all down.
Now, obviously, on the show, you have a relationship on the show, but you're single in real life. So are you on Tinder? Hello. Just checking, honey. So are you on Tinder and other... Would you do all of those, as we were talking about?
Straight out with it, Jim. Don't mess with this one.
But we go away a long way back.
Answer the question.
All right, yes. I have been on Tinder before. I got my mother on Tinder. And we sat there together at home, swiping left, because you don't really find any swipe rights, do you, really? Not really.
Funny.
But we've had it with a bottle of wine, and then in the morning you realise you have swiped a few rights.
Just click here to watch more interviews with a whole range of famous faces. And click here to subscribe. It's free, so you'd be silly not to, really.